I always thought that Pharah was gay. I always thought she was a, you know, member of the community. She had that vibe, man. She was riding that wave. It was good. Obsessed with these aviators. Thank you, Alex. You know what? It's like when I look clearly into the camera, I see better without them. But then if I'm reading stuff, I'm kind of better off sticking them on if I want to see your names. Like, hello, Lou. See, now I can do it. Fairy, hello. Hello, Snarls it. The dragon becomes me. I like that. So I'm going to tell you guys a quick and great realization. So today was the last day finishing a journal of mine. And when I am disciplined and on top of it, I write in a journal every morning as a meditation practice. Like I talk to you guys a lot about having meditation practices and having like your get your day straight practices. And one of mine that I do more often than not, though I go through phases where I don't do it and I'll get out of my habit of it, but I do it more than I don't, is journaling, because I just sort of can get in a zone and think about what I need to think about and sort of get outside of my head and be on the paper. It's very good for me. And I got to the end of a journal, which I love the getting to the end of the journal. There's like this real feeling of accomplishment and like a chapter is closed and like I'm going into another chapter. It's very satisfying. It's very great. And what's going on? Am I frozen on TikTok? Abe?
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
I
Mhm.
appear to be frozen.
I've been reloading it and it's
I appear to be frozen on TikTok, and I don't know why. Should we sign out and sign back in? What do we think? What's going on? I seem to be on ice. Okay. No, I know. I know. I know. Okay. Yeah, we stopped. We'll go back. We'll find out. We don't know what the story is. Okay, but I'll tell you the story. So I'm writing today on this last day, and I'm going through all these things, and I've had in the last couple of weeks these very exceptionally healthy, very well adjusted weeks in a lot of ways. I saw myself, I talked about this a little bit on the live yesterday. I was like the least physically self-conscious that I can remember in a while, which was maybe ever, which was really nice. I was very present in my days. I had like a beautiful holiday and a really fun time. I had a very visceral experience of like how I ended up where I am and my feelings about where my country is and all this stuff. And a few other things like with boundaries and clarity. Like I was very good. I had a very good head for the last couple of weeks, which was so nice. Would I like to do an Apex VA? Sure. Love an Apex VA. Thank you. Thank you, Andromeda. So sweet. Thank you. Um, and as I'm writing something, I wrote something about and all my flaws and and I stopped myself and I was like, wait, no. Instead of sitting and cataloging your flaws, and you're like, mea culpa, your flaws, you have to take that data and do something with it. Like, obviously, you can't bullshit yourself. You can't like say that everything you do smells like roses. Obviously, there are things to work on. But if you decide to look at that data and instead of calling it your flaws, which is like a thing for punishment, you can look at them as invitations for growth. You can look at each time you find yourself doing a certain pattern, or so every time that you find yourself like, stuck in a certain way, instead of being like my flaws, it could be, no, that's an invitation for me to like pick that up and look at it and grow and get better at it, or grow and get better. And so I was like, my flaws, no, not my flaws. They're my freaking invitations. I choose to take my invitations. And that was a totally new idea or thought or choice. So anyway, I suggest that you like take your invitations. Taking invitation. This is my new thing. So today I've been thinking about the invitations that are before me for me to take and not to be stuck in old habits. Right? Right, Alex? I know you could take these invitations. Oh, MJ, you know what? I'm so sorry that you couldn't be here too, because I really liked part you what half of your question is very associated with a couple of other questions that are in, but the other half about changing yourself, I wanted to do as a write-in. So if you have time to jump in, please do. But if you don't, I want to use it because I love that question. It's so good. So if you have time later to come talk, I would love to see you later. Let us know. Abe, what's going on with our Le TikTok? I keep on getting a message the live has ended. How's it going? Oh, there it is. There it is.
It's been up for a little bit. You just need to reload it.
Okay, so it's back. Hello, Andrea. Summer, thank you. You have my socks. You have my socks. That's okay, not Tracer. I like that. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, want to ask Jen a question tomorrow for Ask Bird Mom? Abe, can we change? Yeah, that was a thing. Guys, remember, if you in the future or even today, if we can squeeze somebody in, have something that you would like to talk through here on Ask Bird Mom, please, please, please stick it in the chat and or join the family Discord. The Discord is the best place, and DM Pro Ness Ness, and we will squeeze you on whenever we can, okay? The next Bird Mom, I believe, is going to be one from LA, is going to be on the 24th, we said, is going to be the next one. And if we have a lot of questions, then maybe there'll be one next week too on Monday, but we'll see what we can do. But I know for sure we're doing one in 2 weeks. So let's see. You think you can jump in? I would really like you to. Is 10 minutes okay? MJ, are you saying, can you do it in 10 minutes? Is that the question? Le TikTok. Let's find out. If MJ can come on in 10 minutes, I would really love to hear it because I love that question. It's really interesting and more details would be super helpful. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Hello, Costa Rica. Hi, Diego. I've never been to Costa Rica. I'm jonesing to go. And I just read today that they just discovered an octopus nursery off the coast of Costa Rica, a previously undiscovered one, that there are only like 3 octopus nurseries known about in the world. And that one was just discovered off Costa Rica. And I saw photographs. It was beautiful. Hello, Beam. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my God, vacay. Fabulous. You're currently on your own because your family's on vacay. You're independent. I love that you're trying it. It's fabulous. Yeah, I want to go too. Denny's also from Costa Rica. Octopus Nursery, right? I loved that. I thought that was so cool. And you just got back. Oh, you just got back from Puerto Rico. Andromeda, I had the best time there at Christmas. It was fabulous. It was wonderful. Okay, so should we get them on first? Look who's here. Okay, good. Charlie, I have missed you. I'm so happy to see that you're here. Mwah, Jimmy Olsen's Blues, Charlie. I haven't seen any comments from you in ages and I miss you. I hope that you're good. Sending you lots of love. Been ages. Hello, Georgia. You're so sad. Hello, Ryan. Thank you. I would love to come visit you, Diego, for sure. Justice definitely reigns from above. There is no question. We are all about it. We are all about it. Guys, Diego, tell your local convention. Tell the local convention I would come to Costa Rica in a heartbeat. Like that, like in 1 second. Okay, so we have MJ jumping on because I'm dying to talk about this issue. So let me do the disclaimer quick. Guys, this is an Ask Bird Mom episode of the live stream. So Ask Bird Mom are our real talk advice streams where we talk about things that are going on in your lives. I have to start with the disclaimer, which is that I am not a medical professional. I have absolutely zero medical training. All I am is a trusted adult who is here to talk to you, who is sending you all of this love and wants to just embrace you and help you and wants to be a trusted ear to figure all of this out. If you are feeling like you are at the end of your rope, if you feel like you are handling something that you don't know how to handle, please, please, please go seek professional help, go seek medical help. In the US, that number is 911. And in other countries, I don't know what the emergency number is. I am a huge believer in therapy. So please go seek the help of a therapist if you're dealing with something that feels insurmountable. But in the meantime, I'm here just as a trusted adult to bounce stuff off of, big and small. Mwah, love you guys. And here we go. Let's talk. Jen, when am I coming to the UK? You need cuddles. Beam, do you know what? I'm not coming in a professional capacity, but I am going to be in the UK this summer for fun. So maybe I'll get to give you a squeeze at some point. That would be super fun. That would be amazing. Oh, Misako, thank you. One of the best players in the world. One of the best players in the world. My hair. Thank you, Barb. Thanks, Barb. So nice. I love that. All right. Do we have MJ? There's our MJ. MJ, jump on. Jump on in. Beam you in. That's great. Okay, good. I'll have to respond to that, but not right now. I will have to do that. Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you, Alex. Alex, I feel so grateful that I get to be here and I get to talk to you guys. You guys really, you bring so much to my life, and I like it to go back and forth, you know? Like, I love being here for you guys, and I love how you guys have been here for me. So thank you. It's true. It's true. Wow. Kikoi, congratulations, number 20 member on the team. That's fantastic. I love this. Nick, I'm going to have some people who are on live. And if you go into the Discord and DM Pro Ness, then more questions will come in. If you want to put a question in the TikTok, that then Abe or Ness, my producers extraordinaire who are modding the chats on both of the apps, they can shout ones out to me if they're ones that need to get my attention. So just FYI. Thank you, my team. Okay, good. Love it. Pharah update.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Hi.
Oh my God, hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. My voice is like so lost right now from singing all week. So
that's a good
hi.
week. That sounds fantastic. Lucky
Yeah.
you.
I'm in the musical Mamma Mia.
Dude, amazing. How is it going?
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, I just got home from dancing, so I'm like a hot mess, but
so you must be exhausted.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Wow. But it's going well?
I rushed home to get here. So
you're a doll. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for rushing home.
Of course. Thank you for like inviting me here. I'm literally so happy to talk to you.
So nice. So wait, so you sent me a 2-part question. And the first part was about voiceover industry and voiceover work related. And we actually have a couple of questions like that, which aren't usually what we do on Bird Mom, but I was like, oh, dude, if there are a few, we can like stock it all together. But yeah, second half of your question. So is there one that's more pressing than the other today for you?
I would actually love to know about the changing yourself for a person, because I struggle with that a lot and I see my friends and peers. So I just want to have your opinion.
Totally. Talk to me. Yes. Tell me the situation.
Okay. So a couple of years ago, I was in a relationship with a girl and I did a lot of changing for myself, for her, like in terrible ways. So I like totally like exited myself out from my friends' family. Like I just cut them off. Like it was really bad. And I started acting really mean towards people. I lost friends because of it. And yeah, that's really all I really just want to know, like what your opinion is on how you think of that and stuff. So
tell me about like because the way you phrased it was you said you changed yourself for them.
Yes.
Were they asking you to change in these ways? Or did you feel
Somewhat, yes.
great
Like it's like
expectation? What do you mean?
it's a mix between that. Like, how do I explain it? Yeah, so they were very possessive and they would just wanted like them, like they wanted me to themselves. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of the way I'd put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, in my opinion, when someone starts asking those kinds of changes of you, and when someone starts asking you to be different in those ways, you know, you said it yourself, and the question, is it a red flag? I find that absolutely to be a red flag.
Yeah,
Like,
I realized that.
Like it's funny. I don't know if you've been seeing in the news, Jonah Hill, the actor, has an ex-girlfriend
Yes.
who
Yeah.
she just published like a series of text messages from him.
Yeah.
The way that he phrases things, it's like very much couched in therapy speak, and it's
Yeah.
very much couched in like new age, like but he's
Yeah.
totally manipulating her and controlling her and gaslighting her, and
Mm-hmm.
and being so controlling. And it's like, do I think that it's grounds for like a lawsuit or whatever? No. But do I think he's
Yeah.
being a total dick and needs therapy? Yeah. Like
Yeah, exactly.
let somebody very smart, I'm trying to remember who it was. Somebody very smart was saying that you can't love someone and control them, because
Yep.
if you feel the need to control them, that means you don't trust them. And if you
Yeah.
don't trust them, you can't love them.
That's what I said.
So,
Yeah.
so love and control are they're bad bedmates.
Yes.
It doesn't work together.
It does not mix
No,
together. No.
no,
Does not blend. No.
no.
Yeah.
And like, and I struggle with this as a parent. Like,
Yeah.
my kid is growing up. My kid is in his teens now, and like,
Yeah.
there are times where I find myself just because just as a parent, whatever, trying to control things, trying to grip things, trying.
Mhm.
And he, thankfully, I mean, I've been his mom his whole freaking life, so he'll like call me out and be like, if you don't trust me to do it, how am I ever gonna do it? And I'll be like,
Yeah.
you're right.
You're right.
And I'm wrong. And I love you. And I do trust you. And will figure this out. And if you get this wrong, you get this wrong. And it doesn't pertain
Yep.
to me. So like, so I know that there are circumstances for everyone where you struggle with like the love and control thing. But ultimately, like,
Yes.
no. And if somebody is trying to control you to be a different way, to be with different people, to whatever, that's not a
Yeah.
good sign.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
He's like,
my
let him
husband has a
fish.
really bad
He just wants
relationship.
a fish.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes, he does want a fish. No, I was trying to get him to pack. And he was packing so badly, and he just wasn't doing it. I was getting crazy. And then he's like, if you'd let me do it, I'd figure it out. I'm like, oh, okay, he's right. He's right. I'm wrong. He's
Yeah.
totally right. Yeah,
Oh my God.
it was really funny. But yeah, it's generally, if you're dating someone who needs you to be so
Yes.
different, it's normal in a relationship, because ideally you're involved with someone who you find inspiring and who makes you want to
Yeah.
be better and who makes you want to be. So it's normal to be inspired to like,
Yes.
you might be like, okay, I really want to be the best version of myself. But
Yeah.
if it starts coming down to like, no, you shouldn't hang out with those people, you shouldn't do this, you should only do this, you should only behave this way, you should only.
Yeah. Yeah. She was exactly like that. And I didn't think anything bad of it either. So I was like, I was just being controlled the entire time. I had no idea.
But it's, I mean, I think that when you're smitten with someone and you really,
Yes, exactly.
so many of us are raised being people pleasers. Like,
Yes.
we're like, but if I'm just good enough, then they'll just love me enough. And then I'll be,
Yeah.
and then.
But then when you get out of the relationship, you're just like, wait.
Yeah.
I realized something. Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you knew it was a red flag. I'm happy that you
yes.
like, yeah, it's just a bad sign.
Yeah.
Just when someone like actually has the lingo to
Oh
like
my God, yes.
brutal,
Oh, worse.
brutal. Yeah.
Worse.
It's so bad.
Well, thank you so much for answering my question.
Such
Like,
a
that means
pleasure.
so much to me.
Rest
Thank
your
you.
voice. Yeah, it's
Yes,
such a
I
pleasure.
know.
Come back. I'm gonna answer the other part about voiceover and the voiceover
Okay.
part. But feel
Thank
rested and
you.
go rest your voice and go dance your ass off and break a leg.
Yes. I will shake my ass, literally. Yes.
So great. I love it.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Bye. Wait, trial and error has been something I've had to get comfortable with for letting happen as an uncle for sure. It's so hard. Oh my gosh. Nerdy's ex was like that. Letting them try and letting them fail. Oh, rather than convey the most correct. Yeah, you know what? It's like, it's so funny. It's just so funny. Like, ultimately, when I am trying to control him, my impulse to do that is because I want to save him pain and keep him safe. That's what motivates me when I do that. But at this point, like, he's old enough. He's old enough. Like, he can be trusted. He can, and if he screws up, he pays the price. I gotta let him pay the price. The only way any of us really learn anything is if we screw up. Like, I don't know how I don't know how anyone else really learns things, but really the way you learn it is you hit the wall, you go, oh, I hit the wall, and then you come back. So if I keep him from hitting the wall, it's not like he's gonna learn it. And if he just listens to what I say all the time, then he's just a lapdog. Like, he has to learn these things. So yeah, so it's a challenge to like hands off. I love him. I trust him. I love him. I trust him. It's definitely a challenge. Whoa, I just got home from a 9-hour shift. Oh my God, good prela. I want to come to Brazil. Tell them to invite me to Brazil. Bacon, thank you for the #1 gift. Jess, thank you so much. I'm great. Odd, go to sleep, you sleepy thing. Freya, I am great. Thank you. Tessa, thank you. Hello from Sydney, Dead Signal. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. You guys are wonderful. You guys are fabulous. Oh my God. What else is going on over here? Thank you so much once again. I'll be telling my cousin about this because she has a problem with changing herself. Yet you can't do it. You just can't do it. If they're, yeah. And you shouldn't be asking someone to be different. Like, I often say this with Rob, like, well, and so when you get involved with someone in any capacity, when people tell you who they are, listen. Generally speaking, somebody tells you who they are instantly, like really early in a relationship, really early in your communication, they make it very clear who they are. And when someone tells you who they are, listen. Don't discount it. Don't decide it isn't that way. Don't make an excuse for them and say, oh, no, they're not really like this. They're whatever. They are like that. They are telling you they're like that. That is when you make a decision. I have one friend who got involved with a horrible person. And within like a date or two, like it was clear something was severely wrong with this person. And I remember being like, what are you doing? Like, that's it. Cut it off. Done. Whatever it is, like done. No. And my friend insisted on, no, I'm going to see, and wound up signing herself up for like years and years of pain and awfulness. So yeah, like when someone tells you who they are, you listen, you listen, you listen. It's true. Nerdy, I know. Yeah, listen. You cut it off with the girlfriend. MJ, smart you. Exactly. You fight. Freya, s'il vous plaît. Je vais à France quand? I'm sure I'm going to be in France next May because I have Les and Marion's wedding in late May. So I'm all excited for that. But I probably will be at Fashion Week before that too. So I'll keep you posted. And I really would love to come to a con in France. I would think that it would be fun to have me there because I could actually speak to people. It'd be so great. I would love it. Oh my gosh. Justice reigns from above. Justice reigns from above. Most definitely. There's definitely some reigning happening. Oh my gosh. Jen, who would win? Mewtwo or Ketchum's Pikachu? I have no idea. I have no idea. That's an excellent question. I can't. Yes, c'est moi, the Rocket Queen. Absolutely. All right. All right. Oh, I'm so happy that I got to answer that, MJ. That question was great. And I was thinking of that Jonah Hill craziness. And I was like, wow, it's wild. Rain on me about Pharah. What fake fun fact? Alex, I like this fake fun fact. It's great. All right. Let's move on to Majesty. Was that right? Was that number one? Yes. Majesty was number one. Here we go. So that's Alex. Alex, you want to jump on? Oh my God, who's my favorite? The Sombra VA or the Widow VA? That is a Sophie's choice. That is too difficult a question. I love both Caro and Chloe. They are both beloved dear friends of mine. I adore them. I spend lots of wonderful quality time with them. I'm actually seeing Caro later this week. I see Chloe whenever we're in the same town. Yeah, I love those girls. They're wonderful. They're both great. They're both great. Xanthi, nice to see you. Hello. Starlight, yes, I voice other characters other than in Overwatch. I've done a ton of game characters over the years. The other characters I'm best known for having voiced are, I was Lord Zash in Star Wars: The Old Republic. I've done a handful of the Star Wars games. I was Zuko and Azula's mom in Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's one that's getting so much attention these days. I've done a bunch of voices in World of Warcraft. I've done a bunch of voices in all the GTAs. So yes, but Pharah is the one that I'm best known for.
Hello, hello.
I'm looking at the comments as often as I can, Peachy. When I can, I do it. I have never met Moira's voice actor. Hello. Do we have Alex here?
You sure do. I'm
Am I
right
going to
here.
see Alex? I want to see Alex.
Unfortunately, not this time. No.
Oh, that's okay, honey. You don't have to. It's fine. Hi. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it. Where are you?
I'm in North Dallas in Texas.
I was just in Texas.
Don't even tell me about it. I missed it and I was so upset.
I'm
I
sorry.
was so upset. No. I saw you're one of your Instagram posts and I was so excited.
I loved Dallas. I had so much fun.
The food is impeccable.
Food was ridiculous. Everyone was super friendly. I loved the con. DreamHack was awesome, but I loved the city was beautiful. I had so much
it's
fun.
gorgeous.
I ate really well.
Yes.
I have a very good friend who lives there, so we ran around with him. It was really nice. Oh, lucky you. That's awesome. That's super lucky. Talk to me. I'm looking at what the question was. Tell everyone what your question was.
So it was kind of a two-parter. The first half of the question was, when you first started out, how easy was it for you to choose the team that you surround yourself with? And like example that I gave was agency, talent manager, booking manager, people like that.
When I first started out, I didn't have my choice of who to start out with. When I first started out, I had some terrible agents. I had like a couple of really very terrible agents.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible. Oh my God. Talk about gaslit.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my God. I had an agent. I'm not going to say their name. This person, it's so funny. They would say these incredibly disparaging, discouraging things to me but in the sweetest, nicest delivery. And I remember like once I realized how terrible a person they were, I was like, wow, like if I could be just seeing the transcript
Oh my goodness.
of what they were saying so sweetly and nicely to me, like I'm like
in a very, like Southern Belle, bless your heart kind of way.
awful, awful.
Oh my gosh.
Awful. They're in, I don't know what it's like on the ground right now, but my experience was that there's a tier of representation who is basically looking at aspiring young actors as being these like vulnerable, delicious little morsels of like, I don't know, self-hatred pellets, like where they're like, okay, I feel terrible about myself, so if I
So they've got
can
to project it.
myself feel bigger and better than
Yes.
this person, than this like fresh, hopeful young person, and if I can make myself feel bigger than them and better than them, then and make them feel bad, it's like there'll be some transference of the pain and I will feel better because I'm bigger than this young, shiny, hungry person. It's like,
wow,
very messed up. Yeah. So I had a couple of those. And then I freelanced with a few very good agents who I had like brief little stints with. And honestly, in retrospect, I see that I just wasn't ready to be represented by a great agency yet. I just wasn't like, in the beginning, I just wasn't ready. I just didn't have the hours behind me to know that I knew what I was doing. I didn't have the, as confident as I was and as ballsy as I was and as socially all the things, I was really like scared about starting my performing career, and I didn't have a mentor, and I just, the point of entry was very scary. So I think I projected that, to be honest. Like, I don't think I knew that or would have admitted that at the time or would have recognized that at the time, but I just, in myself, I really needed to build more of a sense of certainty and confidence in my work before I was able to like be shiny and do that.
And that takes a lot of self-introspection too.
Well, it did. I think what it took even more than self-introspection was it just took hours. It just took me doing things, like doing enough auditions and working on it hard enough and being out there and getting comfortable being vulnerable and getting comfortable being on the market and getting comfortable like being seen that way, and having a separation where I wasn't hurt if I didn't book something. Like I wasn't putting me on the chopping block every day. I was just putting this I was doing, like it wasn't and I got very lucky that I had a great agent at a certain point, sort of took a real interest in me and like decided to invest a lot of time and energy and patience into working with me. It's great. His name is Jeff Google. He's a wonderful agent. He's wonderful. And for a couple, I worked with him for a few years. And for the first couple of years, I booked nothing. And he would have me do auditions most days, and I booked nothing. And I was like, I turned to him, I'm like, and I'd done other weird little things on the side. I'd done a voice
of course.
There, and I would go into his office and be like, I'm not booking anything. And he said, it's just hours. He's like, you're doing great. You're doing great. I'm hearing your auditions. You're doing great.
That's
keep auditioning.
impeccable. That's awesome.
And he was willing to grow like a baby actor into big enough shape to be ready.
And he was willing to tell you that honesty, like that's exactly what it's going to take is this and this. That's awesome.
He was so generous about that, and so generous with his confidence, and the fact that he was so good about that made me feel like, okay, it's going to be fine. I'm going to book. And then once I started booking, I started booking a lot. And then at that point, then I was also hungry and I was hustling and I knew how to be social. And so then I was opening my own doors and then I was taking my own meetings. And then, so I
Wow.
it's like it suddenly got much bigger. And once that happened, I had some casting people start saying to me, "What are you doing at that agency? That's not a good enough agency for you to be at.
Oh,
Like
wow.
you should be at a different agency." Not the agency he was at was a fantastic agency. It's just that the
Right.
kind of a scale voiceover department that wasn't there. I should have been at a different scale voiceover department. And a few times I went in and said to him, "I keep hearing this. People keep asking me this." And it was a very fancy office and a very famous agency. And so he poo-pooed it and I went, okay, but it kept happening. And like the third time that I went in and said something to him, he said to me very just sort of matter of factly, "Then maybe you should think of looking elsewhere." Which
Wow.
I thought I got hit in the face. I was like I couldn't even believe
Yeah,
it.
of course.
I was
I
like,
can't even
"What?"
imagine.
Like that was the answer. I was stunned. And I was really stunned.
Yeah.
And I was about to leave on a big vacation. At that point I was a newlywed and Rob and I were about to leave on a multi-week trip. And I left for this trip. And while I was on the trip, I was able to get out of my life enough to be like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to start making phone calls. When I get home, I'm moving agencies. I'm going to go check out the other agencies and I'm going to make a move. And I'm
Yeah.
going to see that's what I'm going to do. And so I came home really ready and resolved to make a move. And I started calling casting directors.
Mhm.
And a couple of them were like, "Oh, it's a really bad time to look to whatever." And I was like, look, if you don't hook me, I'm asking you because I adore you and trust you and I know we have a relationship. But if you don't want to, I'm getting a new agent. It's just who I'm going to go to.
Right. It's
So
going
that's
to
why I just
happen.
want your
I'm coming to
opinion
you
on who
first. Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And they were like, it sort of changed the whole. And so then I had a few recommendations at top agencies of places to go. And I started making appointments. And within a day or two of my first appointment, an announcement went out to everybody in my voiceover department that they were closing our department.
Wow.
So, right. And already I'd already hit the ground running. I'd already digested all of this. And I had appointments at all of the best voiceover houses in town, all the best voiceover agencies in town. And I had the great good fortune of getting to choose where to go and getting to choose who would be the best fit for me.
That is
And I
outstanding.
chose agents who I love, 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 and have been my agents ever since and are wonderful. And I wound up getting to thank Jeff because Jeff wasn't able to tell me, but he knew what was coming down the pike. So he couldn't say that, but he could sort of, if I was coming in and saying things, preemptively get me ready to move on. So that was how that happened.
That is just, that's so crazy to me that you had taken that advice and what might seem to other people like such a rash decision, but you knew what you were capable of doing.
If that was his response, then that meant that's what I had to do. But I also had the great good fortune that I was getting out of town right that minute. So I had the clarity to be like, all right,
Absolutely.
like time to move on. And I've since gotten to have dinner with Jeff and I've gotten to thank him. And because I really, I feel like I owe a lot to him. He's the one who got me to the point where I started working the way I did. So
kind of not molded, but maybe like
created very fertile soil for me.
Yes, exactly.
It's an excellent seed. If
That's
I
a perfect
plant it in this
analogy.
soil, it will grow. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So but my early team, like in the beginning, terrible.
Oh my
terrible. I know a very small handful of people who out of the gate had great representation. Very small. Most
Yeah.
people I know have some sort of experience like mine of like these crazy people, and then finally you get out of the the minor leagues and get into the major leagues.
Yes, and that's what it seems like is most popular, like of what happens. It's crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a good voiceover scene in Dallas,
Oh
Texas. Has
yes.
lots of
Oh, I am well aware of that.
mm. So you said it's a two-part question. What's the second part?
Oh, yes, absolutely. The second part is, do you have advice that you wish you had when you had made those decisions about your team?
Well, at the time that I made those decisions about my team, I had my own checklist that I had come up with of what I needed at that time to support me, to make me feel good, to make me feel productive. And that list was the
Mhm.
right list for me at that time. That list would not be the list that I would make for myself today. I
Ooh.
think today, if I was making a list of what I would be looking for, I obviously would want to be with an agency with extraordinary access, meaning it's one of the first places that people call. And I would find that out by talking to engineers and casting people and finding out
Mhm.
who are the people that they call first. I then would look for an agency with agents on a whole range of age spectrum. I wouldn't look for one where everybody is the same age.
Ooh.
I think it's really good to have young agents and senior agents because they all will appeal to different demographics of
Yes. Yeah.
casting people and different demographics professionally. And they will, because they're generationally, they will be able to connect personally with different people across a spectrum. I would look for an agency that was very forward thinking technologically,
Mhm.
that was really up on technology. I would ask an agency what their stance is on AI and AI voices. I would be curious to hear their thoughts on that.
Oh, absolutely.
I would, those would be questions at the top of my mind when I would be talking to someone. Like I had my own list back then, but it's long enough ago that my needs are different. Um, at that time, I really needed an agency where I felt like I personally really liked everyone. I
Mhm.
needed one where I felt like at this point in my career, if they're great, I don't care if I don't like them. Like,
Right.
I
Exactly.
don't need them to be my friends. It's not show friends, it's show business. And and if they're great and I think that they're honest and honorable and smart and driven and connected and whatever, we don't have to be best friends. I don't care.
Exactly.
Um,
No, I completely agree with that.
but
That's
I
a great
did
point
need
to
to
make
be
too.
friends back then. I did. I did. And
Yeah.
it worked. And it wouldn't have worked if I didn't feel personally nurtured back then. Like
Wow.
I needed that. So I think that another good thing to know is that like contracts typically are only a couple of years. So
Mhm.
it's good to reassess. It's good when you're renewing a contract to reassess like is this still the right place for me to be? Like
Right. Looking at like the future growth and your current growth and comparing the two.
yeah,
I could see that.
because your first loyalty should be to you and to your career,
Ooh,
not
that's a powerful statement.
necessarily. Yeah. If you find, I love long representation relationships. I am in one. I have dear friends who have been with their manager since the beginning and who's been with their agent from the start. And I know I'm dear friends with an agent who has like championed and grown talents and they've become global talents. And so I believe in those relationships. But I think that the strength of a relationship like that should be able to be examined. I think that
Yes.
if your loyalty means you can't examine it, then there's a problem with the relationship. So
Ooh. Let me get that on a pillow. Okay.
that's true of
That's
a
really
marriage,
great.
that's true of a friendship, that's true of a business relationship. If you aren't
Wow.
safe to examine the state of the union, then there's something wrong with the union. So
Absolutely. That's wow. That's yeah. I subscribe to that thinking 100%. That's amazing.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, what's going on over here? Can I give you any other ones?
Oh gosh. Let me see. What do you think inspires you the most to do this? Exactly what you're doing right now.
Joy, gratitude, connection. I feel so blessed and so lucky that having the job that I have has been a portal to putting me in the position that I'm in now. And so the
Wow.
fact that I get to be connected to all of you guys and that I get to talk to you and that I get to be here for you, I wish I had had a bird mom when I was younger. I wish I had had someone that I could bounce stuff off of this
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
I love my parents dearly, dearly, but they knew nothing about the field that I was into or interested in. And they really weren't like, they weren't like mentors that way. They're fabulous, but they weren't mentors that way. And
Right.
I could have used a place where I felt safe to ask questions, either about my life or about where I wanted to go. You know, it's like if you want to drive to Pittsburgh, you don't ask someone who doesn't drive a car and has never been to Pittsburgh how to get
That's
there.
right. Yeah.
Like you only ask someone who drives to Pittsburgh every week, how do you get to Pittsburgh? And so
That's a good point.
like you can't ask someone who isn't where you want to go, how do you get there? You know how if someone isn't living the life that you want, or someone isn't doing what you want to be doing, or if someone isn't reflecting something that you aspire to, then that isn't who you should be asking advice of about how do I get there. Like,
Yes.
and I think that a lot of us hold our parents up as, you know, as role
It's
models,
like the end all be all. Yes. Yeah.
even though they don't necessarily have the lives or do the things that we aspire to have or be or do. So if I can be someone for this gorgeous community that can be a touchstone and a safe place and a trusted adult, I'm so grateful to be it. And I'm so happy to be here and be it. And it feels in a divine way like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. And as just a first person kind of response just to that, as an aspiring voice actor myself, I think that everything that you've said thus far towards my questions and even before me with MJ has been just absolutely invaluable. Just it's been great. It's been so amazing. I could not have asked for a better response to any of my questions.
You're a doll. Thank you for making me feel very good and grateful.
Well, thank you. You're gonna make me cry.
Thank
This
you.
is so awesome.
So nice. Thank you. Come back. I want to hear what you end up doing. I want to hear what you're working on.
Absolutely. I will
the
absolutely
energy.
take your word for that.
Yeah,
I will be back.
please. Oh, good. Thank you for coming on. Mwah.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So sweet. Ah, that was so nice. I love that question. I never get asked that question. I love that question. That makes me so happy. Leanne, thank you. I'm so happy I do streams on TikTok. I freaking love doing streams on TikTok. No, Pharah's voice actor, not Anna's. Peachy, I feel so grateful. I feel so connected to you guys because you guys give me so much energy and so much good juju. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Oh, Fierox was asking, is there anything I wish I would have done growing up to protect my voice or vocal cords? You want to laugh? No, it's terrible. I mean, I guess I could say I wish I never smoked. I smoked for like a decade, probably. I'm very happy I stopped. I think if I'd kept smoking, then I wouldn't be able to be a voice actor. I think that it would have like forever altered my voice. My friends who do smoke and smoked when we smoked and continued, their voices have been forever altered, and they wouldn't have the range that I have. But I always did warm-ups, and I always knew to stay hydrated, and I still do those warm-ups, and I still stay hydrated, and I haven't smoked for, my God, for a million years already, so more than 20 years. So no, so I'm happy with my voice, love my voice. You know what? The only thing I would love, it's something that's sort of on my list for this next decade. I would love to take singing lessons. I was in choir and stuff, and I love to sing, and I sometimes sing really well, and I sometimes sing off key. And I feel like if I took singing lessons, I would be better at controlling my voice, singing. So I would like to do that. That's something I would have liked to have done younger. That's something I still would like to do, for sure. Yeah, so there's that. Let me think. Oh, I've got oh, I'm so glad. You're glad you're 16. Yeah, well, don't start smoking. So just don't do that. Do warm-ups, learn good warm-ups, do them, and stay hydrated. And yeah, and take acting classes. That's always a good thing to do, for sure. Real talk, real life questions. Like Mariah Carey and other days, right? Peachy, that's it. Like sometimes I'm fantastic, and sometimes I'm like not quite. Usually, like when I have to pull it out, if it's professional, if I'm on stage, if I'm like fronting a band, I rip it out and it's good. So I nail it. But every now and then I'll like hear it back, or sometimes in streams I'll hear it back and I'll be like, oh my God, I was flat. Or it's that's super awful and hilarious, but super awful. Karaoke at the wedding. I'm doing karaoke at the wedding. I'm doing karaoke. I can't wait. Yes, it often is about personal advice. That's part of what we do here. Wait, let me put my glasses back on. Oh, it's getting warm in here again. Ixon, absolutely it is. Your trans women, so voice control is a big thing, right? So just warm-ups are big. Warm-ups and singing lessons are both big, for sure. Okay, guys, I am sweating now. Now this is gross. I'm having all these problems with my AC in my house. It's terrible. It's terrible. Mooch, I'm going to answer this and then I'm going to go to the next person who's coming on. Mooch asked, what's a voice line Pharah should have? And I always give the same one, which is, Mom, we really need to go to therapy together. That's my line. That's her line. Absolutely. Okay, we have Mari, who had also had a voiceover question. We've got all these voiceover questions today. This is so funny. Usually, guys, we don't have voiceover questions. Usually we've got life questions, but hey, I'm rolling with the VO questions today. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Nathan B, thank you for having been #1 gifter. That was so sweet. That was so nice. I love that. You're playing Pharah right now with Anna. Oh my gosh, I love it. Hold on, let me see you. There you are. Look how gorgeous you are. Hi.
Hi.
You're beautiful. Nice to meet you.
Girl. Thank you. You too. I'm
Thank
so excited
you.
to be here, and thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you came on. So how's it going?
Okay, so Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Really happy to be here. I've been listening to, the rest of the interviews and they've all been amazing. The questions that I had were also related to what Alex was talking about.
Tell me.
But yeah, a little bit about me first and foremost. I'm 24. I live in Puerto Rico, so I'm Puerto Rican. A little bit like career and academic wise, I've majored in biology, I've minored in arts. I just recently finished a master's in epidemiology, but I don't know, there's been like moments in my life where I've asked myself if this is really what I see myself doing for the rest of my life. And I don't know, I've really always been inclined towards like voice acting and more of like the artistic side. So I was really happy to talk with you and speak to you about this, hoping to get some advice and more specifically, like how someone, completely changing from one area, one field to, for example, like healthcare to like acting and voice acting. It's, such a major change. So for someone who knows nothing, has no connections, basically starting from zero, like what would your advice be to basically get started?
Okay. First, I'm going to say, and this is one that I have been saying for years and years and years. So I am such a believer that when you are your age, when you are in your 20s, your main job in life is to throw all the things that turn you on at the wall and see what sticks. Like this is throw all the shit at the wall and see what sticks time.
Right.
So the fact that it's bio and epidemiology and art, and now you want to perform and do VO, you should try everything.
Right.
And your only goal should be like, does this make me happy right now? Great. This is what I want to do. Ooh, does this make me happy? Ooh, where does this lead me? Oh, okay. I feel like I should learn about this. I need to know more about this. A couple of months ago, I had a dinner with a billionaire. He's like a famous billionaire financier. He's an older guy. He's like I think he's like 80 now. And so, and I know that when he went to college for business school, and then he dropped out. What I didn't know is that after he dropped out, he decided he would go to acting school. And then he decided maybe he'd be a professional skier. And then he decided that he would go into, I think, like mechanic part sales. And then so he has this crazy, he spent his 20s just trying shit. Like just. And he wound up becoming like a total master of the universe. But
yeah, so I feel that there's a lot of pressure, especially within people our age, to like you're constantly comparing yourself with your peers and saying like, oh, look, people who were, in my area are already like, getting accomplishments and I'm still here deciding what to do with my life, if it's really something that I want to be pursuing doing. So I completely agree that, if something interests you, then, just go for it. So I think I'm in that point in my life right now where I just like, I don't want to leave it in a like, what if I would have done this? I actually want to take steps towards it to see if, it's a good fit for me.
And you also have absolutely no idea how your specific things that you know about are going to come together. Like you have no idea like how if you know about bio and you know about epidemiology and then you're doing the art, but then you start the acting and then you realize that in epidemiology there really isn't this path, and then you can take those acting skills and that means that you can do this special thing that you wouldn't have been able to do if you didn't have this knowledge and this knowledge. And then, oh my God, you also have art knowledge. Like doing all the things is the way to craft your unique dream career that nobody else could have but you, because you're the only one with that expertise.
Right.
So it's very good and very smart and very bold. And don't worry about anyone telling you you're supposed to have shit figured out now. You're way too young to have anything figured out now. Like you should not be worrying about that at all. So I'm glad that that's your impulse to
Yeah,
like,
very
to
comforting
try
to
stuff.
hear also.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And you got nothing to lose. I mean, at this point, all there is upside. Like there's only stuff to figure out and only stuff to learn. That I'm going to tell you the thing that lately I've been telling every voiceover person. And so I'm hoping that everybody is like, that MJ and Alex and whatever, you guys hear this, immediately run, don't walk, and go to Jennifer Hale. She's the VA for Ash and the VA for everything else on the planet because she's a freaking genius and the greatest of all time. She has a website called skillshub.life. Skills Hub is this incredible voiceover actor resource where not only does she provide all of these answers to questions and different links to things to read, she also does seminars. She teaches group lessons. She has courses. She has 80 something voiceover professionals teaching either privates or public courses on everything from making a reel to auditioning to finding your voice to all of it. And even little things like if you have an audition and just need to like bounce it off someone to coach you a little, like she'll have a section that'll tell you what mic you should get, and she'll have a section on how to get your first agent, and she'll like, it's a resource I feel like every voice actor should have access to, whether you're way advanced or whether you're at the very, very start. But it's the thing that, historically, I never had like one thing. I was like, everyone should go do this. But now that I've checked out Skills Hub, that's what you should be doing. Like, so go check that out. That's the first place to go.
I have my little notebook and I'm writing everything down.
Skillshub.life. And also taking an acting class is the best thing you can do because there's no successful voice actor who isn't a really good actor. Like I know people who can do like a lot of amazing voices, but if you can't act, you're not going to be a good voice actor. So
also since I live in Puerto Rico, so it's also a bit hard finding where to get acting classes or a reputable place to get an acting class. So I don't know if you have any advice on that either. Like, do you recommend taking classes online, or if there's a specific place that you recommend?
Well, nowadays, I mean, you can do all of these things online. It's like
Online, right?
You can do this all online. Honestly, the first place I would go is I'd go run to Skills Hub. I don't know who teaches a great online acting class. I don't have a good answer for that. Is there a little acting school somewhere in distant? It's where in Puerto Rico are you?
I'm traveling here and there. I live on the west side, but then I was going to school on like on the city sort of side.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that they do offer acting classes here and there.
I'm
but
sure they do.
Yeah, but again, since I'm pretty much like starting from zero, it's difficult to start looking. So
start with Skills Hub, see if there's any links there of something that's recommended.
Right.
Then check out locally if they're like what acting schools are and look at what the ratings are and see if you can check them out. It's great if you can go in person to an acting school. Like that's just a good thing to do.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go to like Lee Strasberg to start at an acting school. You just have to start. Right. So, if you find yourself outgrowing your acting class, you very quickly can upgrade and go to a better one. But just to start doing exercises and start learning things is good. It's a good thing to a good way to begin.
Right. Also, I was listening into the conversation that you had with Alex, and I got this question. So, for example, how to any tips on how to avoid bad representation or bad agencies, or what are some red flags that you can pinpoint that you say like, okay, this is not a good sign with this agency or this agent?
It's so hard in the beginning. It's so hard. I mean, the best piece of advice that guides you from the beginning to the end, and it's the first thing I think of when you ask me this question, is to never confuse your self-worth with your success or your lack of success in your career. So the more you can invest in you being solid in you, and you really taking care of yourself, and you understanding who you are and how you expect to be treated in life and your value to yourself, the sooner you're solid in those things, the sooner you can walk through doors that are the right doors. And the sooner, if you walk through a wrong door, you will sniff out, this is not the right place to be. This is not, I shouldn't be, this doesn't feel kosher.
Right.
Like that's weird. This doesn't feel like the right place for me to be.
So to know your self-worth and, to trust your instincts. So when something doesn't seem right from the start,
always trust your instincts. Always trust your instincts. You are a beautiful young woman, and it is entirely possible that you will find yourself in situations with people who are trying to prey on you, because that is what starts with young actresses, because people with bad intentions. So not everyone, I mean, obviously, not everyone, there are wonderful people in the world, but it is definitely a place where people who with bad intentions do find themselves. The sooner you can listen to your gut and hear your hackles go up, and if something doesn't sound right or doesn't look right, turn around, exit. And even if they say, but this is for your career, this is
scam.
Anyone who really is going to be able to do something for you is not going to be looking to take advantage of you, and is not going to be looking to be harmful to you. Like if they actually can do something for you, they're not looking to do any of that.
Right.
I think that often young women are told that, no, but you have to, sometimes you just have to be in these uncomfortable situations. And that is a crock. That is not true.
Right.
So, yeah. And that's all about your self-worth and all about you knowing who you are and knowing how good you are.
Right.
As you, like, even if you're inexperienced at what you're doing, if you know that you, Mari, are great, you will not allow yourself to be subjected to things that are beneath you.
Right. That's excellent advice. Definitely. Well, thank you so much. I noted everything down on my little notebook.
Will you let me know what's happening? Will you fill me in on progress and what you're doing?
Of course. Yeah, I definitely will.
I want to hear.
Also, I am a Mercy main in Overwatch.
You are Pharmacy forever.
Pharmacy forever.
So wait, if you guys don't know, I am doing a joint signing on Thursday with Lucy Pohl. We have Pharmacy prints. We have the original Pharmacy print, and then we have the Pharmacy 2023 that is made by Marion, who's half of the couple who Lucy and I participated in their engagement in Liverpool. This is that wedding I was talking about that I'm going to in France. So Marion made the Pharmacy 2023 print, and then we have the classic Pharmacy print from the Pharmacy zine, and we'll be signing them live on here on TikTok and on YouTube, on both Lucy's and on mine on Thursday. So let me know.
All right.
I want to hear exactly what goes down. Tell me where you find yourself. Send me a message.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Yeah. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Take care. Bye. I'm a Mercy main. I love this. Wait, Pharmacy on top. I used to be a Pharah main. Now I'm an Anna main. You've got good taste, man. Keep it in the family. Amari's all the way. You told all your friends about the signatures. Avery, thank you. You're a Mercy and Pharah. So Andy, you are very romantic with yourself. I love that. Sleepy as a Pharah main. Pharah damage main. Electra Starfire. Justice, Ruben. Justice reigns from above. Clearly, real life question for Jen. Trust your instinct. Hello, Emilio. Oh, I love this. Nice to see you. Hello, Eliza. XNL, send a message to the Nestbot. Abe put in the chat skillshub.life. It's fantastic. It's so fantastic. It's so good. Wow, it's amazing. Let me see what's going on over here. Oh, nerdy, thank you. Right? Mari's fabulous. Mari's so fabulous. It's so good. All right. We've got a beloved, treasured, longtime family member coming on strong. The one, the only, the legend, the gorgeous, the glorious, Lumi Essence, coming back on the Bird Mom. Up next. So excited. Alex uses, oh, Alex, I'm so glad that you're using it. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Jennifer. It was the most brilliant idea, and she's constantly perfecting it and making it better. Lumi,
Hi.
hair.
Yes, I
love
got
this
it done today,
hair.
actually.
Oh my God, sweetheart, it's adorable. It looks so great.
Thank you. I'm
Oh, it
very
looks
happy with it.
fantastic.
I'm really, really happy with it.
Abe, can we fix the picture on, I feel like the picture, oh, there we go. Okay, good. We got to get all of Lumi in this picture. I love it. It's so bright.
Thank you.
It's so good.
It's really bright, right in time for the Barbie movie.
It's totally Barbie. It's so good.
I'm super, super happy with it.
Yeah, it's Barbie heaven. It's fabulous. Nicely done, honey. Hi, how's it going?
Hi.
What's going on?
It's going well. It's really, really hot in here, so but other than that, it's going well. So yeah. Oh, first of all, about the signing thing, the signing you're gonna do with Lucy.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Ness about a potential giveaway, maybe, because I don't think I need a print myself. But maybe someone else will be very happy with it, and I do want to support the cause. So that's Ness is gonna fill you in on that.
Lumi, Dollface, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you. Guys, if you don't know, the pharmacy prints go to help the Ali Forney Center, who helps LGBTQ homeless teens and youths in New York City. And then the other pharmacy print goes to benefit Lambda Legal, who's the organization fighting all these legal battles for all of our queer family right now. And we know that they can use all the help they get. So not only are you getting a fabulous pharmacy print and getting to see me and Lucy sign it, but you're also helping these excellent organizations. So as Lumi is giving to the cause, that is the cause. It's great. Lumi, that is super menschy. Thank you. That is very nice.
Thank you.
Talk to me.
Yes. So as you might remember, I now work for my municipality.
Right.
And it's been a year, a weird year. A lot of changes within my department specifically. And basically, long story short, I came back from New York, right? And I wasn't feeling too well because I was just very, very sad about being back in the Netherlands, basically. So work went a little, like, it was a little rough to go back to work and everything. So I decided to, instead of working for 4 days, I decided to work for 2 days and then slowly build up again. Right now I'm back at, I think, either 3.5 days or 3 days a week, instead of 4. So, it's been slowly building up again. I'm feeling pretty good right now, but I do not want to go too fast because, it might end up with in tears, basically. If I go too fast, if I force myself to work too many hours, I might kind of, I guess, relapse, if for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Anyway, it all started like when I came back, I started like working for 4 days. Everything was fine until one specific point where I asked my supervisor and basically the head of my department if I could get a normal contract, like a year contract, because currently I work through a job agency, which means there's a lot of stuff I can't do. And there's a lot of stuff I am not allowed to do legally.
Like what? Like what?
So there's like part of the things, like if someone needs like a birth certificate or something, we can print that and send it to them. I'm not allowed to do that because I don't have the stamp for that. There's like a specific stamp you have to have, and you have to have a contract through the municipality itself.
Okay.
You have to do like this whole like oath and everything. You have to stand like this and just
Got
all
it. I
through
get
like
it.
court and everything. It's a lot. And I want to grow within the municipality. I want to continue, growing there. So I asked my head of my department and my supervisor. I was like, "Hi, can I get a normal contract?" Because the people who got hired at the same time as me did get one, but I didn't. And I've tried this for months. Before I went to New York and after, I've been trying this, and they kept saying, "Well, let's look at the future. Like, let's wait for a little bit, blah blah blah." And then my colleagues got a normal contract while I was away. So I came back and I heard that, and it wasn't cool because I didn't get one. So after I think like months of asking about it and asking like what do I have to do in order to also get a normal contract, like a year contract or whatever. They finally told, like every time they told me something different. They were like, "Oh, it's not time, blah blah blah." So they finally were like, "Okay, let's have a conversation about this, and we'll tell you what's wrong." Um, and they told me that I bring a negative vibe to the work environment, and I was like, "What does that mean?" So they told me, "Yeah, well, sometimes you're like negative about something, and it's very like the entire department is like suffering because of that. So because of that, you need to work on that, basically." And I was like, what, how, what? So I went to my colleagues. Some people I have really good bond with. So I went to basically all of my colleagues and I asked them like, "Hey, is there something that I do that makes you feel uncomfortable or like is perceived as negative or anything?" Just like a very open question in order to like make sure that um they can answer like honestly. And they were like, "What, huh?" They were like, "You bring the opposite. You're like one of the most like positive people on the from the like entire department. Even seeing you walk because you're so colorful makes me very happy." Like, you know, they just said the complete opposite. So I was very very confused about that. And then there was also like, they also told me that apparently I don't use the systems, like the programs and everything, the way I'm supposed to. So I asked them for an example so I can fix that, and they didn't have an example for me. They told me, "Yeah, well, right now we don't have anything, but as soon as we have something, we'll let you know." It's been 4 months, I think, and I still haven't heard any example. um, if anything, I'm like the one who uses them the most. um, I'm the one who reports like bugs and like other like things that are not like up to date. um, so and right now I'm even like working on specific things within the department to help fix that with like 2 or 3 other people. So if anything, I'm one of the people who is most who's like the best at using the program. So um basically I don't understand what they mean. I don't understand how to improve something that I don't think I'm doing wrong. And it's making it really really hard to enjoy my work. Like I've been super close to quitting my job, but um I need money. That's the issue. I've been looking around other places. I almost went to Athens for a job,
Okay.
but I said no in the end because it didn't pay enough. But I was very close to just packing my stuff, catching a plane, and leaving to Athens and living there. But the issue with that was that it didn't pay enough, so I couldn't. I basically couldn't save up for anything. I would have about like 200 euros a month left, which would be everything. And that just wouldn't work. And of course, I've been looking to work in America, New York, That's my biggest goal right now. It's just a very like future thing, not a like anything like within the
Something
next
you want to
year.
work toward. Right.
Yeah, but that's really hard to like work in New York unless I have like an opening. Friend of mine said a modeling agency would work because she really wants me to try modeling, and she's like, if you do that, you'll have a link to New York in no time. And I'm like, well, probably, but who knows? So
Have you tried that yet?
that's a freelance thing that I'm gonna try to do soon. It's something that I've been like kind of working on, and like kind of like, it's a little, it's a big step for me to like do something like that, because I've never felt like I was like a particularly like attractive person or anything. But yeah, so basically, um, my question is, what should I do? Should I stay where I am right now, or should I like leave as soon as I can? Because I do enjoy the work itself. I do enjoy my job. I enjoy my colleagues. It makes good money. It's just a very good place to be. It's just not a place where I feel like I can grow. And recently they've been telling me like, oh, you've been doing so much better, even though I haven't done a single thing differently. You've been doing so much better. You're so, oh, wow. If you continue like this, we'll give you a normal contract. The only thing is that you have to work full time again, like full 4 days in a week, which is fine. I'll do that eventually. But it feels like, I don't know, there's sort of like a connection or a piece of trust or whatever between me and the supervisor, that I'm kind of missing right now, and that I don't know if I can get. I don't know if I can get that back. I don't know if that will ever feel like genuine and good again, like it did before, and that's the issue right now. So I don't really know what to do.
So first, I'm very happy that you've been collecting as much data as you have about the situation. You know, some of the things that you're telling me are about feelings that you're having, about different aspects of this, but you also have been doing as much as you can to collect data about what's happening. And I feel like the most important thing right now, in order for you to decide how you want to move forward, is collecting the data and really looking at the data. So things that we know are other people that you got hired with got contracts and you did not. That happened while you were away and they were there. I assume they have been working at least 4 days a week, all of them.
No, actually, one of them only works for 3 days a week.
One of them works 3 days a week and got this contract,
Yes.
but the rest of them are 4 days a week?
The other one, there were 3 of us at the same time. So the other one is 4.5 days.
Okay, so one is 4.5, one is 3.
Yes.
Okay, and then you went down to 2.
Yes, but that was after the whole conversation.
Okay.
Like after I already asked about it.
Okay. You're telling me that you went through a period of being very sad and worked fewer hours.
Correct.
And they told you, after being pushed, that they were feeling that you were negative or whatever, bringing it down. Whatever that is, what we do know as a fact, is data, is that you were going through a period of feeling bad and of being disinterested in staying in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible that you were bringing that energy to what you were doing during those days. It sounds like that is no longer the case. It sounds like you've more than shown yourself like capable of a light in the office. It's not coming from the peers that you worked with. Whoever was feeling those things is not you. And if you're telling me that they're saying things to you like, look, oh, at this, if it stays like this, then blah, 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 blah. If they're saying it needs to be 4 days a week, that's because they need someone to be 4 days a week. It's not that they're saying, Lumi, in order for you to jump through hoops, you must do the blah, blah, blah. It's because they need a 4-day a weeker. They agreed to a 3-day a weeker. They have a 4-day a weeker already. They need another one. They, I gather, must have gone through a period where they didn't know if you were going to quit. And so if that was the case, they didn't want to go through whatever the rigmarole is, which you said was a rigmarole to give you said contract, because they might have felt that at any time you could have turned around and said, I'm leaving, or I'm quitting, or I'm moving to New York, or like that they didn't know what was going to be.
I mean, I didn't tell them that because
but they saw you were unhappy and you left and you came back, and I'm I'm
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate. I'm just throwing things around here.
But the one thing I don't get is somehow, because they are not like part of the department, they're not like sitting next to us or whatever. Somehow they got those signals, even though the people I sit next to told me that they never noticed anything. And that's the
People
part
who
that
you
just
sit
annoys
next
me.
to are not going to be entirely.
No. I asked almost all like 20-ish people of my department. Also the people who are like who I've basically never spoken to. Like I wanted like I even asked someone to ask someone else for me in order to like have them.
You did this. I like it. It's such a I love that you did this. It's great, but you're not necessarily going to get the full story
I
in
get
that way, because some people because it's work. This is the thing. Work is not like friendship often. In a work context, everyone has to behave a certain way to get along. And there are rules that dictate what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. And everyone always has this thing hanging over them of like, I need to behave this way so that I can get along, so that I don't get fired, so that blah, blah, blah. And everyone's just learning it. If you're saying that there are all these younger people that you're working with, and then there are people who are older, like, and you're in a relatively small place in the Netherlands, so everyone's used to it being a very certain way. Everyone's used to a certain protocol of behavior in the workplace. Everyone's used to a certain level of familiarity and friendliness and courtesy, but distance and whatever at work. And that is okay. Like work, you can make a great friend or great friends at work, but work is not your party. Work is work.
It's interesting because we do hang out like after work a lot. It is like I do have like especially one person who's like just I'm like we're really good friends. Like every every Friday we go and we buy some scratch cards, even though we know we'll never win. It's just like tradition at this point. We just
one of my best friends in the world, who I love to death, my friend Polly, was my work friend at my like weird office spy job when I was first starting out as an actress in New York and needed like she and I like through thick through thin love her to death. So you make those people. It's not like you can't meet those people and make them, but that isn't the nature of relationships within work culture.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
One other thing, by the way, is that we got a new supervisor or like even head of the department, I think, between when I left and when I came back. So we got a whole new person who had no idea who I even was, who had to get a new read on my personality. So maybe that's the thing that like that she just had to like figure out as well. She's obnoxious. I dislike her a lot, but I maybe that's a thing that you know that worked with it as well. But also, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that about my job that it's just weird. I love it a lot. I love like helping people and making, you know, like because basically my job is if someone calls like the municipality with a question about anything, lots of times it's not even about something that we do. We have to answer and we have to like make sure that they're, you know, helped or that they're sent to the right department or whatever. I love doing that. I love helping people. I love making people feel better. I love
Yeah.
like making sure that people get the, the service they deserve, especially because it's a lot of times it's a very serious business. It's like, it's
Right.
not like, I bought this, I don't know, I bought this calculator and it doesn't work or whatever. It's about like, sometimes it's about like literally their entire lives. And I just like helping them with that. So I love my job, but there's so, like, some of the things are just so hard to get through. Um, and on one hand, I think the positives, I don't know if the positives weigh up against the negatives.
Look,
That's
as
the issue.
I know, and maybe this is a question to ask yourself too. As far as I know, this is your first real job. This is your first real job, like real job that you go
Eh,
into your
I got a couple more jobs. I just didn't have them for too long.
okay. This is your first extent. So you're learning about being part of an organization, about learning about being part of a municipality, learning about work culture, learning. So this is it's the first time that you're actually like doing this thing. Then I feel like the way you're talking about this, you're trying to flirt with whether or not this is a career. There's a difference between how you treat your job and how you treat your career.
This is not going to be my career. It's
This is
a
not your
temporary
career.
thing. No,
Okay.
it's a temporary
Okay.
thing. I
So
need to leave
okay.
this place because
Okay.
I need to leave the Netherlands.
Okay. Then Lumi, then the thing to focus on right now is I am getting out of the Netherlands. This isn't my career. This is a job. So stop thinking about it like it's a career and like you have to consider career moves. What you do have to think about is what is the fastest, best way to successfully get me out of the Netherlands? Is the fastest, best way to buckle down and give them 3 to 4 shiny days a week and they give you a contract and that means that you get a bump in pay and a bump in whatever, and then that way you commit for yourself to a year and then that gives you enough money to get out and to save money and get out? Is it to say, you know what, I think that you have to think about this strategically. I think that this is a matter of, like, I had a job like this where I remember after college where I had to do real estate. Like, I didn't want to be a real estate agent, but I needed to save money to move to Paris. That was it. So I was like, all right, I'm committing to this. I'm committing to giving this my energy. I have enough time to do shows on the side, not, this many hours a week, but I'm committing to this. I'm committing to giving my all to this thing for this length of time. And I'm putting away this much money so I can afford to move myself to Paris. That's what you're doing right now. So maybe that means that you have in your mind, if they don't give me a contract by September 15th, then that means I won't be making enough money on the schedule for me to be able to make my move in June 2024 or whatever it is. Or I won't, in order for me to make my move October 15th, 2024, like in order for that thing to happen, this is when I need to do it. I need to be moving to the United States permanently in the end of 2024. I plan to get my contract in place by then. I have 1 year that I have this much money to save, and then I make my moves, and then I do my thing. Like, how do you say then I'm giving myself till this date to have that? I'm going to show up. Do you then want to say to them, guys, I really like working here? And you don't have to say to them, I'm planning to leave after a year, but you can say to them, I really am interested in staying here, and I'm happy that I'm doing this. Do we have a time frame that we're thinking? Do you guys have a time frame that you're thinking about? I would like to think that I could be offered a contract by the end of the summer. You could say that, and you got nothing to lose because it's a job. It's not, you can get another job.
True.
Meanwhile, you 1,000% should be looking into the modeling, because frankly, you being this tall drink of water with your fabulous hair and your clothes hanger body, you'd be very in fashion right now. You would definitely find jobs. So that should be a thing you're doing at home. Like,
Yeah, there's this very cool modeling agency that I've been looking into that's very specifically about like for example queer people and like other like like minorities and groups like that that um that's like specifically for people like me.
Louis, run, don't walk. Run, don't walk. Hang out, get off the phone with me and go, like, seriously, like, go show up there dressed fabulously and go show up and say, I'm looking to start being sent out on gigs.
So
Run.
the one reason why I haven't done it yet is because they only accept like online applications, and I have to measure myself, and I can't measure myself. So I've asked my mom to help me with that, but we haven't gotten around it yet.
Have her do it by the end of the week. So like make a commitment to yourself that you're getting measured by the end of the week and you're sending it in by Friday. Just commit to
Okay.
yourself that you're doing this.
Okay. Promise.
This is a no-brainer. This absolutely, because that actually would, if you have this as your job, this is your day job, and then that's like your fun
Mhm.
and potentially more lucrative gig.
I mean, yeah, it pays well, I think, like stuff like that.
Lumi.
If you get the right like gigs, of course.
Yeah.
Also, a thing Lucy told me to do, because I wished her a happy birthday through a voice memo, and she was like, "Your voice is amazing. You should do something with voice acting." And I was like, "Oh, maybe."
You see? Okay, so start keep your eye on the prize. What is the goal?
Mhm.
And everything should be in service of the goal. Don't waste any of your energy thinking about office politicking and feelings about how you feel about if they gave you if this isn't a career, if this is a job, then this is a means to an end. It is not that this is the place for you to be putting this kind of energy. Like,
There's one thing I really still want to do at my job, which is it has to do with inclusivity, and stuff like that. Um, I had some conversations about like inclusivity within like the municipality, because it's very bad right now. We're underrepresented, and even like internally, they have no idea what they're doing with it. So I've been asking to like for some changes. I've been brainstorming with my supervisor and stuff like that. It's very interesting, and I kind of want to finish that little project before I leave,
do that
because
too.
I think there's a very good. First of all, it would look great on my resume,
Great.
and second of all, it's a thing that I find really important, because there's a lot of people who are like me or are transgender or whatever, and they call, and they don't get the help they need, because we don't know how to talk to them or whatever, or how to handle their situations, especially because some of them call for like a name change, stuff like that, or like a sex change on their passport or whatever, and sometimes we just look like bumbling idiots, and it's very, I really dislike that, and I want to finish like at least a little project to make part of course I can't change it for the entire municipality. I want to change something for my department in order to make it at least a little more welcoming to people like me.
Yes.
So that's the thing I really want to finish before I end.
So there's your social mission while you're there. So you're like, okay, while I'm doing this job that is the means to the end, I am going to create 3 changes in this department that will be lasting, that I will then have made my stamp on this job and I can get the hell out of here and move on and do my next thing. I'm getting measured by the end of this week, because then I am taking control of this and I'm sending this out. I am hitting send by the end of the week with some pictures that Ness took of me while I was in New York and whatever. Boom, sent. And then just start plotting it out like that. Think about the blocks of time. Think about how much money you need to put away. Think about what and don't do a head number on yourself about, why are they doing this? It doesn't matter.
I
None
mean,
of
I
that
do need to
matters. Who gives
contract
a
in order
shit?
to get way more money. That's the issue as well. Like I get so much less
That's
money
why
than
you
other
want to
people.
you need a contract, because you need to make much more money.
Exactly.
Right. Because that's part of the plan. So I need to have a contract by XYZ date. What do I need to do in order to achieve contract by XYZ date? I think you can say to them, I am looking to be making more money. I'm not making enough money as it is right now. I want more responsibility and more money. I really would like a contract. I also really like the idea of helping people here. And so this is the thing that I'd like to do. At what point do you think we could expect this to happen?
Yeah, I've asked them that before, but
realistic?
I think asking it again also
When
shows
was
that
the last time you asked? Yeah.
last time I asked was I think a month ago.
Okay. So then you could say to them, tell me what else you would like to have me do in order for us to have me get a contract. I would really like to have
Yeah,
that.
if it's just working full weeks again, I don't think that's gonna be too bad because I think if I continue on this like trajectory, I think that will be at the end of probably August when I
That's
work
fine.
full weeks again. So that's nice.
Great.
I hope that's the case. I hope that's the only thing.
Who cares? You're going to find out, because if it's not
Yeah,
good, then you're going to do something else. But
exactly.
that's right. You treat this like
Yeah,
a job. Don't
I
treat
did.
it like a career.
I did get I uploaded my resume to some websites and I immediately got like a bunch of job offers. So that's nice. That was a good confidence boost.
You
It was
see,
just in branches that I didn't really like. So, but you know, it was a very good confidence boost because it made me feel like I was worth it and I was like
you
able
know
to
you're
do this.
desirable. You know you're worthy. You know that there are other opportunities to you. This particular job is not your only funnel that will spit you out able to go to New York or not. You are the one who's going to get yourself where you want to go. And
I
right
also
now, the goal is to get yourself there.
I also I think it was funny when you asked if it's or when you were like, is this a career? Because I have never even considered the idea of a career yet. Like I haven't even thought of
I
like
think it's too soon
what is
for you
it
to
that I
think about a
want to
career.
do? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've suppressed my own creativity for way too long. And I think that recently that's really, you know, coming back or like up or I don't know. It's something, you know, with the if someone told me like 3 years ago or even 2 years ago, like, oh, do you want to try modeling? I'd be like, no, what do you think? Like
Stretch, honey, you're learning a new
and
thing.
now I'm like, I'm kind of excited to try that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I love it. Okay. Go get measured. Hang up, go get measured. Go get measured. Decide what your trajectory is and what your date is that you would like to have the contract by. And if not, what the next move is. Stop thinking about this as a career. This is a job, and keep your eyes on the prize, which is getting out. That's it. That's it. You
Thank you.
got this. You got this.
Thank you.
And you look fantastic. And I want to hear how it goes with the modeling agency too. You have to tell me everything.
I will send you right after the after this stream. I'll send you the Instagram page for the modeling agency so you can
Perfect. I
check
want
it.
to see. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Mwah. Take care, my Lumi.
Thank you. Bye.
You will, honey. Bye. One of the great things about like doing all of these streams with all of you guys is over time, I feel like I really have gotten to know so many of you, like, and I've watched you grow and develop and become, people on your journeys, on your lives, and figuring shit out. It's like, it's very exciting to watch everybody's life unfold and everybody becoming who they are. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's like a treat. I love it. I love that. It's so nice. Okay, let me see. Who's here? What's going on? Rocket jump. That sounds dangerous. Most definitely. Hello, Emmy. I agree. Don't rush into a career if you're not ready. Exactly, Sabine. It's true. Audio broke. Mike. I hope it worked. I'm sorry for that, guys. Advice for dealing with the added fears of moving and uprooting your life. Of course, it's scary, but everything exciting is scary. Everything exciting is scary initially, for sure. Oh, I'm so glad. Sabine, of course, this is the first time you ever managed to catch the stream. I'm so glad that you're catching it. Thank you. Right. And oh, look who's here. My Patty's here. Patty purple hair. I love it. Nielsu, thank you. You're almost 15. Oh my God. It's so much fun. Just, okay, if you're almost 15, my big advice to you is just do all the fun things. Do whatever is really fun and happy for you. That's what you should do. Follow your joy, follow your nose. Most important. Absolutely. Anthony, you ordered a Far Mercy print. I love this. You're almost 17, Pharah. Oh, God, I love it. So close to 15. It's the 30th. So soon. Hi, Jamo. Thank you. Electro, you're going to get it. Can you call alt and Overwatch alt? I'll give you a justice. All right. Justice reigns from above. It's a little difficult sitting. It's better if I'm standing. It's a little difficult. All right. I've got another write-in. I've got the final question of the evening. We got a write-in. Oh, Nerdy, thank you. I'm so glad it's helped. Nerdy, you got to come on sometime. Guys, if you have an issue you want to talk through or something that you're working on that you want to talk about on Ask Bird Mom, join the Discord and DM ProNestNest when you get in there, and we will squeeze you in whenever we can, okay? We always try to get everyone in whenever we can. That's the wish. And you can either come on camera and talk, you can come on in voice only, you can do a write-in, whatever turns you on. And I've got a write-in that I thought was really good. Here we go. And this was, hi, Jen. A friend wants to reconnect with me, but we have a rough past, and I don't feel like I can trust them yet. What do I do? Okay, let me look at that. A friend wants to reconnect, but we have a rough past where I feel like I can't trust them yet. There are so many details I don't have in this question, but I'm gonna just try to generally answer this. You start this question by saying a friend wants to reconnect, and you don't in any way indicate to me that you want to reconnect too. You don't say a friend wants to reconnect and I'm excited about it, or a friend wants to reconnect and I want to reconnect too. It's just a friend wants to reconnect. And maybe I'm reading into this, but that might mean that you don't want to reconnect, or that you're hesitant, which is as is evidenced. We've got a rough past and I feel like I can't trust them. So what I'm taking from this is there was a time that you were close. I don't know how close, I don't know how dear, and they broke your trust somehow. You're saying you have a rough past. I don't know what the transgression was. I don't know if both of you betrayed each other. I don't know if something, but it sounds like it wasn't like a just gradual falling away. It sounds like something happened or things happened and your trust was broken and now they want to reconnect. And I guess the question, I mean, it really is pretty situational. The question is, do you miss them in your life? Do you miss having them in your life in a regular way? Did they add enough to your life that you feel is missing and you want to have back in your life? How much have you grown since you last were friends and you last were close? Like, I don't know how much time has passed. Do they fit with your picture of you anymore? These are questions to ask. If the answer to any of these questions is no, I'm really not that interested. No, I think that we don't fit anymore. No, then no, I think that you don't have to reconnect with them. I think it's not necessary. If you are curious and you do want to talk to them and you would like to find a path back to each other, then sure, I think that you could talk. And I think so long as you're very candid and they're very candid and you're both very clear and have your cards on the table and you prioritize yourself and what you want and what you see on a gut level as a gain to your life by being with this person or by reconnecting with this person, then sure, move forward. The most important thing is that you listen to your gut. I don't think that you should have an expectation that you have to become friends with someone just because you have been friends with someone and you have been close. And you, even if you've been very close, doesn't mean that you have to reconnect just because the other person wants to reconnect. You don't owe someone your time. Your time is your most valuable resource. And that's not something that you owe someone just because they want it. And just because in the past they might have had access to it or might have had dibs on it. It doesn't mean you are responsible to having to give it to anyone else. And then, I think I've told you guys, I know I've said it on an earlier stream, but I've had this I think it's a Buddhist adage. This old Buddhist adage, this Buddhist monk had it in a pocket. I read this maybe 6 weeks ago. And if I tell you, I feel like if I was ever to get a tattoo, I'm not getting a tattoo, but if I was to get a tattoo, this would be what I would tattoo, because I feel like I've tattooed it on my brain. And I feel like this is my meditation point. The sentence was, all that is not ladder, Ladder, like climbing a ladder, all that is not ladder falls away. All that is not ladder falls away. And to me, that means anything in your life that is not taking you to a better place, that is not helping you become the best version of you, that is not opening up your soul or your life or your joy or if it's not taking you to your next higher place of your development, whatever it is, whether it's a friend or a job or a dress or a hair color or whatever, if it's not taking you to the next place, falls away. It ain't for you. And so that is the case with a friend who wants to reconnect and you don't know if you can trust them. I think that if you're curious and if you see a path of it potentially being helpful for you or good for you, then sure, get together with them. But if they don't feel like ladder, and if that connection doesn't feel like ladder, you let it fall away and have no guilt about it. Okay? That's my thought. And if I had more details on what happened, I probably would have more specific instructions, because maybe I would be like, no way, don't even take the call. Or maybe it'd be like, yeah, listen to what they say. It sounds like they're very dear to you. But ultimately, all that is not ladder falls away. That's my feeling. Hi, Mason. Wait, do we have time? Abe Ness, can we take a question from Mason? Alex, you love that, right? I love it so much. All that is not ladder falls away. It's my favorite. Delvi, hello, Delvi. Mwah. Oh, I adore you. So great. Nerdy, thank you. Abe says yes. Mason, what's your question? What's going on? What's happening? It's fun to take a TikTok question. And guys, going forward for future, just join the Discord, get into the Discord, DM the pro Ness, and Nessbot will put you in for the next Bird Mom. We have a signing stream this week, and then we have another Bird Mom on Monday, the 24th, although we might add another one for next week. We might have an in-between one. So let's see what's up with another Bird Mom. But and then we have a really fun week of streams from LA, all style streams. I'm so excited. So great. You're probably going to get a tattoo with one of your friends. That's nice. That's fun. Find a cool Overwatch one. Mason's got a question. Opinion on pain au chocolat. I love a pain au chocolat. I love a pain au chocolat. Jamo, I would love to talk to you about this. Can we talk about this? Let's talk this through. on another bird mom. Join, go DM Pro Nest Nest in the Discord and come on and let's talk about going to college. I love that. Woo! Mason. Oh my goodness. If a relationship brings you more stress than happiness, is it worth saving? It's a long, well, I need the story, Mason. This is the issue. I need the story. Play nice, play Pharah. That was for Michael's sister. Absolutely. Hello, Germany. An Overwatch question from Sabine. Hello, Sabine. Hold on. Yeah, thank you, Abe. Yeah, definitely. Let's get in. I want to talk about that. I've never done a talk about going to college. I love that. Oh, Mystic, thank you. You're so nice. Thank you. Mason, I need more details. Hit me with the details. Style stream, style stream, style. Yeah, we have fun style streams coming. I'm so excited. Oh, Les, you're so good. Pizza lover. I love how versatile all these questions and answers are. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad that it helped. That's why it's so good when you guys give me a broad, like a diverse bunch of questions. It's good. You know, it's and sometimes I'll be answering a question to you guys and I'm like, oh my God, I really needed to hear that. So thank you. You helped me. I need to hear it. Star stream. I'm all about a pain au chocolat for sure. Oh, Elisa, I haven't done a cooking stream in forever. I got to do one. Supernova Spectra, you know what to do. Talk to Nestbot. Maybe I can get the two of you in on the same day about doing one about school. I would love for you to be Exxon. Exxon, you should absolutely get in for that. Definitely for the next one. D. Dixon, you love Boa. Raid, you're too kind. A very human being. Wait, so what's going on? Am I getting more details from Mason? TikTok cuts me off. Abe, is there a way we can get Mason to give us more details so that I can answer that question? Jema, okay, so the deal with the next one is definitely we're doing a bird mom from LA on the 24th, but that's going to be later hours. If I've got enough people who are asking for it, and particularly if they are outside of the US in Europe, I will do one next Monday. So guys, get your questions in to ProNestNas in the Discord, and then we can plan whether we're doing one next week as well, because maybe we'll do two then. We'll do one next week and we'll do one the following Monday. Let me know. Let me know. Link to the Discord right up top. Take a look. Hi, Spooky. Hello, Spooky. There it is. Mason can type in the Discord. Abe, Ness, will one of you, if Mason types more details in the Discord, call my attention to it just so I see it and we can answer this question? Thanks, honeys. Thank you, honeys. Should I main Pharah or keep maining Widow? Well, Kay, what do you think I'm going to say? I do love Widow. I'm a big fan of Widow, but I'm all about Pharah, man. Play nice, play Pharah. Good night, my Lumi. Go get measured before the end of the week and then send it in. You had a whole 5 days to do it. I know you can do it. I know you're on it. I know you got this. Go, Fariha. Go, Kay. Hey, Dr. Cupid. Hello, you're Pharah Rex Widows. You know it, Elena. Of course. Trash likes the live. Thank you. Where else? Oh, wait. I'm going to see. Is there anything else? Oh my goodness, it's random. But I just want to say, after 4 months of writer's block, you wrote the next chapter. Good going, D. I love that. Oh, I love that. Good going. Pharah, one trick here since Overwatch 1 launch. Oh, Colorado. I want to go to Colorado Springs. It sounds fantastic. It sounds great. You're the 16-year-old trans woman from early. Hello, you just changed your profile around. I'm glad you're back. This is great. Oh, thank you. Jasperry, I got the role of Farah's VA a million years ago. This year, I think it's 8 years ago now. I auditioned for it. I was sent the audition. I had done voices for Worlds of Warcraft. I did not understand that Pharah was a hero. I thought she was a villain. And so I got sent this, it was back then the code name for Overwatch was Prometheus. So I got sent an audition for a game called Prometheus, and Pharah had a code name as well. So it was some weird name, a game called Prometheus, and I assumed she was a villain. And so I did this villain Pharah audition and sent it in and immediately forgot about it. I totally forgot, which is something I do to protect myself when I do auditions. Because when you do a lot of auditions, you don't want to be like sitting and hoping that you're going to get. So like I generally do them, send them out, never think about them ever again until I get a call that I booked something. And so 6 months later, I get a call from my agent that I have booked a character named Pharah in a game called Overwatch, and I have a voiceover session on my birthday. And I say, that's great, but I never auditioned for anything. I look back through my files. I never auditioned for anything called Overwatch. I never auditioned for Pharah. And Jen Cohn is a very common name. So I assumed that it was a mistake and I was the wrong Jen Cohn. And so I said, they got the wrong person. It's somebody else. And she's like, no, it's you. I'm like, no, I really didn't audition for this. But I showed up on my birthday for the session and I put the headphones on. And the first thing I said is like, guys, you got the wrong person. I never auditioned for this. And they're like, no, it's you. I'm like, no, I really never auditioned for this. And then they played back the villain Pharah audition. And I went, oh, I liked this one. This was a fun one. And they said, yeah, but she's not a villain. She's Captain America. Think that she's Captain America. And then they played a video of her for me. And that was the first time I got to see her. And that was the day that we recorded Justice Reigns from Above. And that's the story. That's how it happened. The GOAT raid, make a girl feel like $1 million. We got it? No, nothing from Mason. Okay, Mason, go join the Discord, write all the details, and let's talk this through on the next Bird Mom. Let Ness know at ProNess, but join the Discord and put it in there. So then that way we are able to talk and I can talk this through with you because I love this topic and I will definitely be able to help you with this. All right, guys, I love you. Happy Monday. I hope you all have a wonderful week. We're like in the throes of summer. It feels so good. I feel really like charged about my week and everything that's coming. I'll see you on Thursday for the signing stream with Lucy Pohl, VA for Mercy, for the Pharmacy signing stream. I'm putting more stuff about that. Go to my Streamily store for that. And I'm sending you guys all lots of love. Mwah! Have a good one. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.